My boyfriend of 5 years accidentally threw away my mother's ashes. My mother died just before Christmas. She was hit by a car, so it was completely unexpected. We're all still in a daze, at least I am. My father even more so. It's like he shut off when he heard the news and hasn't figured out how to power back on again. Shortly after the funeral, my boyfriend offered something incredible. My mother was always a huge fan of the arts, and since my boyfriend is a potter, she was always fascinated by his work. He even treated her to a studio session once, and she talked about it for weeks. His offer was to create a custom urn for my father, something striking and original, something my mom would have loved. I thought it was incredible, and when we told my dad, he burst into tears and hugged us. He seemed so truly touched. It was an intense moment for all of us. I know art takes time, but my boyfriend is usually a quick worker. We didn't receive her ashes back until about 6 weeks ago, and my boyfriend asked if he could hold on to them so he could make the urn the proper size. Weeks went by, and I asked if there were any updates or if I could see his progress. He got defensive, so I dropped it. Sometimes he can be sensitive about his work, so it wasn't totally unusual. Over the next few weeks, I'd drop hints or mention it casually, but he'd always change the subject. No updates. Finally, a few days ago, after my dad asked again, I got serious and demanded at least an estimated completion date. The look on his face said everything. My heart dropped before he even spoke. I love my boyfriend, but damn, he can be so careless. He said he had misplaced the ashes, but that they had to be somewhere in his studio. He insisted they weren't lost. He was adamant they were still in the studio, since he's the only one who really goes in or out, and he would remember taking them out. For the past 2 days, we have torn the studio apart. We completely emptied the room and put everything back. We emptied boxes, storage bins, trash cans, every single thing. They're not there. The ashes were in a small brown box that would have been easy for him to confuse with something else and either move or accidentally throw away. But he still insists they aren't lost. He keeps saying they're somewhere in there. It's making my head hurt. Yesterday morning, the studio was completely empty, it's not there, I don't know what happened, and at this point it doesn't matter. I've accepted that they're gone. And that means it's time to tell my father. But my boyfriend refuses. He insists they're not gone, just misplaced, and that telling my dad would be unnecessarily cruel. I kind of agree. And that's where we're stuck. If my dad asks again, I don't think I can lie. But what if my boyfriend is right? What if I tell my father we lost the only remains of his wife, only to be wrong? Why put him through that if we're not absolutely certain? On the other hand, it's already been longer than I implied it would take. He has to be getting concerned. Would he hate me for lying once he finds out the truth? My head is a mess. Please help me. What do I do? Final update, I'm going to post this and leave. I'm at a real low right now, so I'm sorry if I can't respond to comments. Please go easy on me. I took your advice. And then ruined everything. I don't even know where to begin except to say I've destroyed my father and ruined absolutely everything. I'm completely alone. I waited a few more weeks for her ashes to possibly show up. They didn't. I finally accepted that my mom was truly lost forever. First, I broke up with my boyfriend. Once my head cleared, I realized I couldn't get past it. I felt like he had betrayed me and betrayed her memory. Then, I took your other piece of advice and lied to my father. At first it went okay. I gave him the urn, and he was overcome with happiness. It was the first time he had genuinely smiled since her passing. He announced that his wife was home and placed the urn at the center of the room. I was overwhelmed, but I believed I had made the right choice. If you had seen him, you'd agree. So thank you, Reddit. I take full blame for everything that happened next. Everything was fine for a while. I could tell the story without breaking down. I kept the lie going. Until last night. My father hosted a large family dinner, my siblings, aunts, cousins, about 20 people total. Before we said grace, my brother stood up holding a beautifully etched wooden plaque with a quote from our mother's favorite book. He read it aloud. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I won't say the quote, but it broke me in all the wrong ways. Still, I pushed the tears down and pretended to be okay. After he finished, he placed the plaque against the urn and hugged my father. My father turned to me and asked if I would tell everyone the story of the urn. I tried. I really tried. But nothing came out. I sat there with tears streaming down my face and felt a concrete block settle in my stomach. I froze. Everyone stared. The lie just wouldn't come out. I stood and went to the bathroom. It caused a scene. My sister followed me and found me sobbing. She begged me to talk, saying we needed to lean on each other, to be honest with each other. Everything broke. I told her the truth. As soon as I did, she let go of my hands like they were burning. She looked horrified. She asked what I filled the urn with, and I told her ashes from my fireplace. I don't know why I admitted that. It's like every lie suddenly dissolved and only the truth could come out. I hate myself for it. She stood up, and that's when we realized my father was standing in the doorway. The way he looked at me, I'm sorry. I can't finish that sentence. I'll never get his face out of my mind. I betrayed him. I broke his heart. I stood up, but my voice still wouldn't work. He looked down and told me I needed to leave. I tried to hug him, but my sister pulled me away, shouting, "Don't you touch him." My father told me again that he wanted me out of his house. I somehow made it out the door. On my way out, my father handed me the urn. I don't remember what he said. Since last night, I've called and texted him and my sister over and over, apologizing in every way I know how. My father told me I am as dead to him as my mother. I'm completely alone. I don't have my boyfriend. I don't have my family. I don't have my mom. I ruined everything and I don't know where to go from here. I've been in bed all day, and it feels like I'm mourning my mother all over again, times 100. I don't know why I'm posting this. I just don't have anyone else. I hate myself. I know I deserve this, but it doesn't make it easier. I failed my mother. I failed my family. I'm alone.